All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we watched our typography video and we've learned about some of the different styles of typography and fonts. What we're going to do now is we're going to create our own font library, okay? This is a great example from Daniela from a previous year where this is going to be a Photopea document and I'm going to help you set it up here. And what we're trying to do is create three different letter sets. And if you follow my cursor, you can kind of see here where we've got lowercase alphabet. We've got five lowercase alphabets in different fonts. We've got five uppercase alphabets in different fonts. And then we've got numbers and symbols also in different fonts, all right? Now, this document is going to be a resource for us as we do our different graphic design projects where you can come and grab some different fonts that you might want to use for your project that you're working on. The reason we do it like this is as you're working in a program like Photopea, um, you can look at like fonts one at a time, but it's hard to like really know what you like. It's easier to see a bunch of them in front of you all at once like this. Okay, so this is going to be our task. Hopefully, we can wrap this up in like a day or so. So I'm going to switch over to Photopea. I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to name it first. So we should all name our files. This is going to be called the font library. Right. Of course, we want to switch to inches. We're going to do our standard 8.5 by 11. 11. We will make this 300 dpi. 3000. Okay, it brings me into this place right here. So the text tool is this T right here. All right, T for text. When I click on it, it creates a new layer, and it says it calls itself text layer itself. Now you can see that little dot right there. It's teeny, teeny, tiny. Okay, um, I can make that bigger. This first one's a little trickier because if I go switching the size, it might like make the text layer disappear. So I'm just going to type out the alphabet. We're going to start with the lowercase alphabet. So I'm going to do follow along with A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y and Z. I know my alphabet. All right. I can zoom in on this. See, it's teeny, teeny, tiny. We want it way bigger than that. Okay. I'm going to go now. I went off the text tool. I need to go back on edit that layer. So I'm going to go back to my text tool. Just double click in it and see how I just activated it and I highlighted it. All right. Now we want to make this thing stretch so it fits the size of our piece of paper from left to right. This only goes up to 150. Now for this font in particular, that's fine. And I'm going to control 0, zoom back out. Control 0, zoom back out. Come on. Well, maybe I'll use my magnifying glass. Use my hand tool and move it over. All right. Now for this font, it's still I still need more space, so I'm gonna let's see here, get it up there. Now this is what's called Deja Vu. This font itself. All right. So here's where our font library is. Deja Vu Sans is the default font, and it's the font that it's always going to load first. Okay. When I click on this, though, we've got gazillions and gazillions and gazillions of fonts. Some of our serif fonts, some of our sans serif fonts, some of our display fonts, like we learned about. All right. So we want to have a variety of fonts. Now my font library is taking a second to load here, but while it does that, um, once this thing loads, there we go. I can pick a font and I'm going to um, make sure that it's a lowercase font. Some fonts are automatically an uppercase font. Like if you look at this Headhunter right here, see how that's an uppercase font? I'm going to avoid that one. See how this Heavy Data is an uppercase font? I'm going to avoid that one. But I'm going to keep going. Now you want to have a variety of fonts, okay? So look at this is a very interesting handwritten looking display font. I'm going to click on that one. I'll do that one first, okay? And let me zoom back out a little bit more. See how it fits on the page. And that fits pretty good. If it's got a little bit of space on the left and the right, that's fine. Okay. So there, I've got my first font on there, and that's a pretty cool one. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate layer. Okay. And I'm going to pull that off. Now I've got two of the same font. Rather than having to type the entire alphabet again, just duplicate the layer. I'm going to go back to my text tool, and I'm going to double click on it. And I'm going to go back up to my font library and I'm going to start looking around for another one. So that one is a very handwritten looking font. I want to do something that's a little bit less handwritten, maybe something that's more of a classic sans serif. Sans serif, I mean, it doesn't have those little curly Q things hanging off the ends. And let's do this, Meriwether.